Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I will be sharing with you on how to simplify rational expression. But just before we get started, I want to encourage you to subscribe to this channel. Like the video, share the link with your friends, and also please click on the notification bell. Thank you very much for your support. Alright, let's get started. Question A. To solve this problem, first, we need to factor the numerator and the denominator. And as you can see, the numerator and the denominator are quadratic expressions. So to factor the numerator, we have to find two factors of positive 2 such that their sum should be positive 3. And the two factors of 2 that can give us that are positive 1 and positive 2. Positive 1 times positive 2 would give us positive 2, and positive 1 plus positive 2 would give us positive 3. So once we have found these two factors, all we have to do is to add x over here, put this in parentheses, and also add x here and just put them in parentheses. So we have factored the numerator, and next we need to also factor the denominator by searching for two factors of negative 2 such that their sum should be negative 1, because this negative sign we have here is actually negative 1. Okay, so and the two factors of negative 2 that can give us that are positive 1 and negative 2. Positive 1 times negative 2 would give us negative 2, and the sum of negative 2 and positive 1 is negative 1. So all we have to do now is to add x here and here and just put them in parentheses. Good. So at this point, we can now cancel this from here since we have it at the numerator and the denominator. So this will become x plus 2 over x minus 2. So this is the final answer to this question, and I hope it makes some sense. All right, let's move on to the next one. Question B. To solve this problem, first we need to factor the quadratic part of it, and this is a quadratic expression, this is a linear expression, this is quadratic, and this is linear. So now we are going to factor the first quadratic, which is this, and the first thing is to extract it from the question. Secondly, you observe that the leading coefficient is greater than 1. As you can see, the leading coefficient is 2, is greater than 1. So once the leading coefficient is greater than 1, all you have to do now is to use the whole of this, 2x squared multiplied by negative 1. That will give us negative 2x squared. Now we need to find two factors of negative 2 such that their sum should give us negative 1. This negative sign we have here is actually negative 1. So we need two factors of negative 2 that can give us negative 1 when added. And the two factors are negative 2 and positive 1. Now that we have found those two factors, we also need to split this x squared and place 1 here. and the other here. So now we have negative 2x plus 1x. All right. So we are going to take these two values and substitute them here. Just substitute them here. So we are going to get rid of negative 1 from this spot and just place them in that position. So once that happens, automatically this will become 2x squared negative 2x plus 1x. 1x can be written as just x, negative 1. So now we have 4 terms instead of 3. Over here we have 3 terms, 1, 2, 3. But now we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have 4 terms now after substituting negative 2x and positive x into the position of into this position. We now have 4 terms. So all we have to do now is to find the HCF of the first 2 terms, factor them into this and this. So the HCF of 2x squared and negative 2x is 2x. So just put it here, 2x, and then open a parenthesis. So 2x squared divided by 2s will give us x, and negative 2x divided by 2x will give us negative 1. So just close parenthesis. Next, we also need to factor these 2 terms, and their HCF is positive 1. So we just write it here, positive 1, open parenthesis. So plus x divided by 1 will give us x, and the negative 1 divided by positive 1 will give us negative 1. So now you can see that what you have here is what you also have in this parenthesis. That shows that the calculation is accurate. So now just bring the value here, x minus 1, put it in parentheses, and if you strike this from here, you are left with just 2x. We now have just 2x plus 1. So just put it here, 2x plus 1, close parenthesis. So we have successfully factored this part of the question, and we can boldly write it here, x minus 1, 2x plus 1, close parenthesis. So now let's get rid of this. Okay, so this is over. We also need to factor this, and we need to extract it from the question, and this is difference of squares. All we have to do now is to write a 9 in the index form, and this will become x squared minus 3 squared. So if you are familiar with difference of squares, all you have to do at this point is to write it as x plus 3 and x minus 3. Okay, difference of squares. Difference of squares. I'm very sure you are familiar with that, and if you are not familiar with that, the concept is that when you have, for example, a squared minus b squared, that will be equals to the product of the sum of a and b, the product of the sum of a and b, and the difference. Okay, so since we have x squared minus 3 squared, all you have to do is to write x plus 3, x minus 3 in parentheses. Good, so that is just the concept. All right, so now that we have factored x squared minus 9, all we have to do now is to bring the value here. We now have x plus 3, x minus 3. times x plus 3 from the from the question over 2x plus 1. So x plus 3 we have here can simply cancel x plus 3 from here, and 2x plus 1 over here can also cancel 2x plus 1 here. So now we are left with x minus 1 over x minus 3. So this is the final answer to this question, and I hope it makes some sense. All right, let's go on to the next question. Question C. To solve this problem, first we need to factor this. So we are going to extract it from the question, x squared minus 4, and we can simply write 4 in the index form, and this will become x squared minus 2 squared. We now have difference of squares and can be written as x plus 2 parenthesis x minus 2. So this is now equals to x squared over x plus 2 x minus 2 minus x plus 1 over x plus 2. And because we are subtracting, as you can see, this is a subtraction sign here. Because we are subtracting, we need to find the common denominator. And as you can see, we have x plus 2 over here, and it's also available here. So to have a common denominator, all we have to do is to use this factor to multiply this, which is now x minus 2, and also use it to multiply the numerator, x minus 2. So you can see that what we have here is exactly what we have over here. So we now have a common denominator. So next we need to expand this. We need to expand the numerator. So let's just extract that from the question and simply expand it, x minus 2. So let's use this, distribute this, use it to multiply, and also this. So that will give us x squared minus 2x, and after that we can now use 1 to multiply. Positive 1 times x, positive 1 times 2. So positive 1 times x will give us just 1x, and positive 1 times negative 2 will give us negative 2. So we now have x squared. Negative 2x plus x will give us negative x, and this will become negative 2. So now we have expanded the numerator, and automatically the question will become x squared over x plus 2 x minus 2 minus x squared minus x minus 2. We can put this in parentheses over the denominator, x plus 2 x minus 2. So now we can write this as a single denominator. Since we already have a common denominator, we can simply write that as a single denominator of x plus 2 x minus 2, and then the numerator becomes x squared, and this negative sign that we have here, you can see it as -1 and just distribute it into this and also this. So -1 times x squared will give us -x squared, and -1 times -x will give us +x. -1 times -2x will give us +2. Now x squared minus x squared will be 0, so we can simply cancel this from here, and this is now equals to x plus 2 over x plus 2 parentheses x minus 2. So now x plus 2 divided by x plus 2 is 1, and x plus 2 divided by x plus 2 is 1. So this will be equals to 1 over x minus 2. So this is the final answer to this question, and I hope it makes some sense. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question D. To solve this problem, first we need to find the lowest common denominator of the numerator and also the lowest common denominator of the denominator. So let's attend to the numerator first. So we have y over x minus x over y. So now we can simply multiply the denominator by y and also multiply the numerator by y. At the same time, multiply this by x and multiply this by x. So this will be equals to y squared minus x squared over xy over xy. So this is the numerator, and then also for the denominator we have 1 over y minus 1 over x. We can also multiply this. So multiply this by, multiply this by x and also multiply the numerator by x, multiply this by y, and also multiply this by y. So this will be equals to x times 1 is x over xy minus 1 times y is y over xy. So this is the denominator. And we can now write, let's just continue from here. So this will be equals to, so let's write the denominator as a single denominator. So this will become y squared minus x squared over xy over x minus y over xy so this is the same as y squared minus x squared over xy divided by x minus y over xy. So numerator, and this is the denominator. Now if we want to change this to multiplication, all we have to do is to switch the denominator up and switch the numerator down. Switch it down. So this will be equals to y squared minus x squared over xy times, or we can use a dot multiplication to avoid confusion. So xy over x minus y. So all we just did now is that we change the division sign to multiplication, as you can see here, and then we switch this denominator up, and then we switch the numerator down, as you can see. All right, so now this xy can simply cancel this xy from here, and this will be equals to, so this will give you 1 and this will give you 1. So y squared, if we put this in parentheses, this times 1 will give us y squared minus x squared over x minus y times 1 will also give you x minus y. So if you observe the numerator, we have difference of squared, which is also equals to the product of the sum of y and x and the difference, okay, over x minus y. So as you can see, we have x, sorry, we have x minus y here, and up here we have y minus x minus x. So in order to fix this, all we have to do is to multiply by -1. So this is y plus x, and we can now switch this to x minus y over x minus y. So this can now cancel this from here, and finally our answer will be negative y plus x. So this is the final answer to this question, and I hope it makes some sense. All right, so this will be all for today. So if you find this video useful, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like the video, share the link with your friends, and also remember to click on the notification bell. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to seeing you in our next video. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.